At the Creative Workplace, we believe that people are the heart of any successful business or organisation. And we're very happy to work with the Swansea Foundation because that's an attitude that they share. We worked with the Foundation to offer their members the opportunity to send some of their rising stars on a day of intensive personal and communication coaching. Our work's about developing people and developing people in their ability to engage with other people, to achieve what it is they want to achieve in their workplace relationships. And at the heart of that, it's how they communicate. Our starting point as a result of that is that everybody is already an expert communicator. We come at cameras and how we use them in a slightly different way to most of the ways that other organisations use them. For us, cameras can be used to achieve all sorts of different things. And part of our starting point is that we use broadcast quality equipment, we use professional lighting and sound and editing techniques where that's appropriate. And a big part of that is that it gets rid of the distractions.
I was a little bit worried about drawing a self-portrait.
Our starting point is that everyone is an expert and experienced communicator. We've been learning to communicate since the moment that we were born and probably beforehand. And so we work with people to help them get a sense of what it is they do naturally, confidently, comfortably and well, and then to extend those skills where they're not necessarily, where their skills aren't necessarily helping them achieve the things that they want. Particularly when we're working with small groups of people, we start by doing a one-to-one interview, very neutral questions, nothing difficult about it, and then looking at that as a way of getting a sense of what people do when they're that little bit under pressure. We don't make the camera a scary thing, but most people find them just that little bit out of the ordinary, bit intimidating perhaps, and it kind of makes them do something very particular. It makes them do what they do when they're under stress, and it makes them do what makes them feel comfortable. So that gives us and them a really clear picture of their comfort zone, the skills that they have, that they know that they can go to, they know that they do well. And we use that to build their confidence, give them a clear picture of what they're already very good at, and then begin working on what else they want to do, what other skills they need to develop. So having recorded an interview or having done something that we've recorded on camera, we give people the opportunity to see themselves and to give themselves feedback. What do they see? What do they like? What works? When we're working with groups, we also invite the other members of the group to give their sense of what works, what they responded warmly to, what they responded well to, what sort of chimed with them. And we also give feedback ourselves. Training is an area where organisations are very cost aware, and for good reason. It's important to be clear that the money that you're spending is doing what you need it to do. Our background is in the television industry, and in a way it's an industry which has led the field in terms of using technology, developing new methods of working, finding creative solutions to problems that are absolutely about being incredibly price sensitive. And we've brought that expertise into the business that we're in now. One of the things that we do at the end of every workshop is we ask people for feedback. Without exception, that feedback really clearly lets us know that people find this process helpful. People really get an enormous amount out of this kind of work with us.
I really enjoyed it. We're always a bit iffy with training, never really sure which way it's going to go. It's far different to anything I've ever done because you've really had to evaluate yourself, and it's actually quite emotional because you kind of get in and you're looking at your own strengths and your own weaknesses, and it's feedback that you wouldn't normally get in an everyday environment.
It's always good for self-improvement, to see where your weaknesses are, to see how you look on camera and how other people how you come across to other people?
To have the opportunity to take time out of the office and address these issues has been really valuable.
A couple of times I saw myself and I don't do that, surely. So it's good to kind of take a step back, think about what you're going to say, how you're going to say it before you do.
I think it's been very insightful, and going forward there's a lot of things that I would take forward and consciously practice those techniques.
I will go out with a fresh outlook today, and I know it's something that I will use in the workplace from now on. It's going to be a great thing for my repertoire, definitely.